Hello everyone! I'm the Mighty Blues and welcome back to Minecraft. Last time, we exited our exploration adventure through the Nether, and this time, I don't actually think we're going to go back to the Nether. What I mostly wanted to do today was I wanted to do some mining, decided to do it off screen, decided to give myself an hour. But in actuality, it only took 45 minutes because I ran out of inventory space and actually ran into quite a few interesting things that I would like to talk about. First things first, ran into, funny enough, that cave where we found where we first found diamonds, excuse me. There was a dungeon in there. There was a dungeon with a spider spawner, and inside the dungeon, I found pumpkin seeds, golden apples, and a music disc. Now, unfortunately, this is a song that I don't really care too much for, but it's a pretty common song. I feel like most people end up finding it. It's Cat. Now, what we can do with these music tracks is we can actually make a music player. And if we do so, we can stick the record in the music player and, well, play music in our house. How do we make the music player? Well, I'm gonna have to look that up because I don't remember. Oh, here we go. Jukebox. You need a diamond. You need 8 pieces of oak planks and a diamond. I believe we actually have 1 diamond left over, so we could actually make that. Yeah, wow. I have exactly 1 diamond. Alright then. Cool. Yeah, so we're gonna make that eventually. Probably right now. We'll probably make the jukebox. Because that would be really cool to do. I think it would actually be really cool to make the jukebox to be able to play music. The other thing that happened was I was building another strip in the strip mine and actually ran into a merchant. I killed his llamas because I knew that you could get lead from the llamas. So now we have 2 more pieces of lead. Got some more lapis, as we're going to need that for enchantments. Did not find as much gold as I wanted to. I wanted to get more gold so we could trade with the piglins, but fortunately didn't get anything for that. Obviously got a lot more copper, got a lot more iron. The big thing that I really was looking for was coal, which I got a lot of. So, I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy with that. The only things that were really of interest, obviously, were the dungeon, which you can tell where a dungeon is because you will find cobblestone in places where you haven't put it, and also that cobblestone could be mossy. So once I found that cobblestone and I went inside, I saw that it had a spider spawner. Got rid of the spider spawner, was able to kill the spiders, get the treasure chest, because every dungeon has a chest, and most of the time it's very much worth your while because you can get music tracks, you can get a lot of really good stuff. So with that being said, before we get into one of the main topics for today, I am going to empty some of my inventory, head on off to bed, and once it hits the new day, we will talk about one of the main topics for today. Now, the first thing that I would like to do today is I would actually like to get rid of all these torches that are on the floor of our house. And the way that I would like to do that is I would like to put some of these shroom light down in the floorboards of, well, our house. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to make this look somewhat pretty. Basically just go periodically throughout the floor and just place some shroom light where I think it'll look good. Because essentially what we're trying to do is we're just trying to get rid of all these tacky torches. And because of the fact that shroom light gives a lot of natural light, I kind of want to just space it out in between, kind of like in rooms and stuff. Because like it gives off the most light out of any other block in the game. So we can pretty much use this very sparingly, which is really nice to know because not only will that free up our space with torches, but also that'll just make our house a lot brighter. And obviously, you know, once we go back into the Nether and get a few more we get a few more things, we can go back and we can get some more shroom light. Because I am someone who likes to have my house very well lit. So, obviously, the more shroom lights I can have, the better. I think we could put one here. That works. I may need to use this a bit more a bit more. I'm also going to use some on the ceiling to help with that too. Maybe we can stick some like there. Ooh, actually, yeah, that looks really cool. I'm not gonna lie, having the shroom light, instead of it having like in the ceiling, having it like draped, that looks super cool. I want to do that instead. I really like that. Let's see if we can put it somewhere else. It's like a little bit better. Oh, yeah, that looks so cool, actually. Damn, I didn't think it looked that cool. That looks so awesome. Just the block texture on its own just makes it look so cool. I love that. That's so awesome looking. That totally matches the overall style of the house. I absolutely adore that. Yeah, we're gonna stick these like just periodically. Yeah, that looks so damn cool. Damn, I'm so happy I learned about shroom lights. Like that it's such an interesting block that I'm so surprised that I didn't know existed. Like, it's so damn cool. And also, you know, it helps that it gives off the most natural light in the game. You know, that makes it definitely worth your while. Because, you know, it's really bright. I think we could stick one here. It may be a little bit of a waste, but it's fine. We can be a bit wasteful. We're gonna stick one. Should I stick one in here? Yeah, we can stick one in here. I guess we can stick it. Actually, again, we are allowed to be somewhat wasteful. Let's stick 2 right there. Just again, to make it look nice. We have 1 more. I kind of feel like... Oh, yeah, I totally forgot about this room. Ooh, my mistake. Yeah, I totally forgot about this room. Let's get rid of this one. And we'll actually stick one, or we need, ooh, okay, yeah. I actually think we're gonna grab these. Because I want to make sure I have enough for the storage room. So we're gonna put those back. Maybe we put the torches back in here. We'll do that. Because once again, eventually we'll probably go back to the Nether and we'll grab some more shroom light. Because I just want to make sure that this room is as well lit as possible. And last one. There we go. Yeah, that looks so cool. I don't know if that's going to be enough to light, like fully light all of our house, but for now, this looks good. Having it on the ceiling looks cool. I love how as soon as I say that that's enough light, the game just reminds me that there's probably a cave underneath me. And it's very dark. Also, I guess we technically will need some for, down this hallway. Again, we'll come back eventually. We'll go back to the Nether. We'll get some more shroom light. We'll just know that we'll need some. I could also use the glowstone, admittedly, but I don't want to use that. I don't want to use glowstone and the shroom light. I think we're just gonna stick with one. So we're gonna stick with the shroom light. But the other thing that I want to do, now that we actually got some extra birch wood, let's make that music box. Or the jukebox, I should say. As for where we're going to put it, I don't actually know. We got our last diamond. Might as well do it. You know what? Let's stick it here. Now, because we have our jukebox, what we can do once it's placed, if we hold our music track, and right-click, we are now playing a song. The song's going to keep playing until eventually it will stop playing. And you're holding a thing in your mouth. Can I get that from you? Can I get... No, I can't. Huh. I figured I could get things from an animal if it was holding it in its mouth, but I guess not. Okay, interesting. But yeah, so that's the first thing that I wanted to do today, is I wanted to get that, jukebox put together. Admittedly, I'm not a huge fan of Cat. I know a lot of people will probably really like this song. It's definitely one of my more favorite Minecraft songs, but not my absolute favorite. I like Cat. It's just, it's okay. It's not that great. There's another song, actually named Dog, that I like much more. I think that's the general opinion. The general opinion is that Dog is much better than Cat. I agree. I much prefer Dog over Cat. But as you can tell, like, this music box, it reaches far. We are up above our house. We are very much outside. And yet, we can still hear the music. These jukeboxes are loud. But you know what? That's fine. Because I like my music loud. Now, the second thing that I want to do is, now that we actually got some new seeds, I want to get rid of 2 of our melons and replace them with pumpkins. Pumpkins are actually really fun. There's a lot of cool things you can do with pumpkins. For one, you can actually make pumpkin pie, which is awesome. I love me a pumpkin pie. You can also make helmets with pumpkins. So you can literally put a pumpkin over your head. You can also make jack-o'-lanterns. We'll probably make a jack-o'-lantern or 2. I don't really see why we shouldn't. But yeah, so gonna want to make sure I plant my 2 of my 3 pumpkin seeds. And actually, speaking of crops, that's gonna lead into our next thing. The next thing that we're going to be doing actually will require us to leave the house. I know, shocking. I'm actually leaving the house for once. I'm going to carry my piece of lead with me because I'm going to start attaching the boat to our house. But what we're going to do is... Oh, you have a fishing pole. Oh, hello, sir. Can I have your fishing pole, please? Why do you have a fishing pole? Did you drop it? Did you drop the... No, you didn't. Okay, that's fine. But yeah, so the next thing that I want to do is we actually need to head on out into the open ocean. And, oh, hello. I heard a skeleton. I heard a skeleton. Why did I hear a skeleton? There's a skeleton out here. Like, really close by. Where? Like... There is a skeleton right around the corner. I am so incredibly confused. Okay. Whatever. Oh, hey, drop a piece of copper. That's cool. Yeah, apparently there's a skeleton. Alright, that's cool. But anyways, we need to go out into the open ocean, as there is a specific material that I want to look for and actually start farming. And that's kelp. Kelp is a pretty good resource for food. It's very plentiful if you farm it. So it's definitely one of those materials that, like, you could just get an endless resource of food from. But you gotta be out in an ocean to find it. As you can tell, right over there, that's where we can get some kelp. I want to get just a little bit, because the reason why I want to farm it is because you can actually get dried kelp, and if you turn it into a kelp block, it's a very good burning or resource for smelting. Very good substitute for coal, and since coal has become a bit more important in these past few episodes, I figured that rather than trying to rely on coal for smelting, especially with how many furnaces we have, it's better to get another resource. And if we can get a resource that's renewable, that's a lot more beneficial. Plus, I am someone who likes to have kelp farms in my homes. I actually have done that on my personal server, but my issue was, and I believe I mentioned this in a previous episode, my issue has been, I haven't known what to do with kelp. It's a very good resource for food, and I knew that much, but I ended up starting to grow so much kelp that I didn't know how to use it efficiently. And in my server, I've actually used, I actually have gathered so much coal that I don't need to get any sort of source for it. So now that we have kelp, I believe you can actually smelt it. I believe that's what we're going to have to do. We're actually going to have to smelt it, so we will need to rely on some coal. But now that we got some kelp, we can actually go and start growing it. That's what I want to do. So now that I've got some kelp, I will meet you all back over at the... Well, actually, I don't want to do that just yet. What I want to do is I actually want to try seeing if we can explore this down here. Oh, we can. Oh, hello. I actually don't know what these are called. These are pretty fun things to try to explore. Let's see if we can actually get inside it. Oh, we can. Okay, good. Unfortunately, I'm about to drown. So I'm trying to play this a little bit safe. I know you can actually find chests and stuff inside these little huts under the water. So I wanted to see if I could get in here and find one. Don't look like I can. There might be one in there. You can also find magma blocks, which I mentioned before are dangerous if you are underwater because it can suck you in. Actually, you can tell right there from those bubbles. Those bubbles mean that that magma block will suck us in. Hello. Ooh, lure 1. That's nice. Looked like there wasn't really anything else in there. I'm also trying to play it safe because there might be some drowned. But yeah, you can find some chests inside these little buildings under the water. So if you ever see them, like, look around. You might find something. I mean, we found that fishing rod. Oh, but yeah, you could hear that. The magma blocks, when they are under the water, they have that little vortex that will suck you in. So be careful. That can definitely cause some damage because it'll force you to stand on top of the magma block, and that's how you will take continuous damage. So keep that in mind. Eventually, I would like to do some underwater exploration, as again, you can tell there are benefits to it. The problem is you can't breathe underwater. There are ways to deal with that. There's some potions that allow you to breathe underwater. We're going to try to craft some of those, as we're actually going to need them in order to find the Elder Guardian. Because the Elder Guardian is actually in a fortress underwater, which means that in order to explore the fortress, you have to be able to breathe underwater, because those fortresses are big. So that's one of the reasons why I have been trying to make it a priority to do some potion making, but you know, we need nether wart for that, and unfortunately the fortress that we found in the nether didn't have any. Now thankfully I was able to I did go into creative mode, and I was able to locate a Bastion remnant, so at some point we will go and explore that, which from what I read, Bastion remnants always have nether wart. There's like a specific room in a remnant. They're called like remnant housing units. Basically it's like a little fortress inside the remnant. There is a room in those remnant housing units that always have nether wart. So as soon as we can find one of those, we should be good. However, Bastion and Remnant housing units are home to a lot of piglins, so we'll definitely need to be cautious about that. But now, what I want to do is I actually want to devote the rest of today to building a kelp room. Now, how I want to do this is just like we did with the nether wart room. I want to basically do something just like this, but for kelp. So, I'm gonna basically spend the rest of today putting that room together, and I will show you the end result. But first, I need to figure out where the heck I'm actually gonna put this room. You know what? I think we're gonna stick it right here. I think we're gonna make our entryway to the room right here, and, just like the rest of the house, because I'm purely just decorating this room, I don't think I'm gonna do this in survival. I actually think I'm gonna transition over to creative mode in order to finish building this room. So, obviously, I'm not gonna do, like, I'm not going to put like shroom lights or anything like that in there. I'm basically going to use blocks that I already have. But because I just don't want to spend forever on this, we're just going to do it in creative mode. Again, purely for decoration purposes. So bear with me. I'll get that done real quick. Okay, so admittedly, I do actually think there is going to be one thing that I will quote-unquote cheat on. I decided that since I actually have glowstone, I'm going to use glowstone specifically for this room. Rather than continuing with the trend of using shroomlight for the house, I think it'd be cool to do something a little bit different for this room and use glowstone. So, I'm just going to put glowstone here in areas that I would like to put it. And the reason why I'm going to do this is because if you're going to make a quote-unquote kelp room, like I am, I would highly recommend that you have something to light where your kelp is going to go, because there is a chance that mobs could spawn in the water, and specifically if it's zombies, then they could turn into drowned, meaning you would have basically a drowned spawner in your house. So if you don't want that, then make sure that your place is well lit, and you may want to do so by making sure that you've got something where the kelp would be. Are you serious? There's a freaking Enderman in here! Really, dude? Really? You know what? You know what? You know what? Get out of here. I can't believe an actual Enderman spawned in here while I was building the kelp farm. Again, this is why we are continuing to do this in creative mode, because you know, don't want the decorative process getting ruined by mobs spawning. Also, you know, this would take way too long to actually legitimately do in survival mode. And while I'm totally okay with spending 800 bajillion episodes in order to make things look pretty, I'm sure nobody else wants me to. So that's why I'm not wasting anyone's time in doing it this way. Okay, now that I've got the very foundation laid out, I kind of want to just show what the overall idea of this is. So, obviously we've got our big pit. We opened up that pit, and we've got all this glowstone here, making sure that everything is nice and properly lit, so that way nothing can spawn inside of our kelp pit. Now what I want to do is I want to go down to the very bottom, and for exactly 1 block up, I just want to fill this entire thing out with water. Now, eventually, I am going to make this a little bit higher. We're going to fill up water all the way up to the very top. But for now, I just want it to be 1 block high. The reason why I want to do that is because I want to get rid of this diamond sword. I want to actually properly place all of the kelp that we have gathered. Again, while I'm willing to cheat in order to make sure that our decorative abilities are taken care of as quickly as possible, when it comes to the survival side of things, I don't want to cheat at all. Now, the way the kelp works is as long as you have dirt, the kelp will grow. And depending on the elevation of the water, that will determine how tall the kelp is. And with these kelp farms, literally all I like to do is on every single block, I just like to plant all of this kelp. And I thought I gathered enough kelp to fill up this entire pit. Yeah, I don't actually think I did. I actually think that we are gonna run out of kelp. Or if not, we're gonna have barely enough. No, I actually think we are gonna run out. Oh yeah, we are gonna run out. Wow! I thought we had enough kelp. Apparently not. Okay, now that we've gotten that taken care of, we're going to go back to creative, because all I'm going to do is we're just going to fill the rest of the pit. Now, this may be a little bit difficult to do at the start, so one of the things that I want to show that would actually make things a little bit easier in terms of opening up the pit is, actually, what you'll want to do is you'll want to put some dirt blocks right at the second block down. So what you can do is you can just do this. There we go. Now that we've filled everything up in its entirety, next what we're going to do is we're literally just going to break the dirt. Because what this is going to do is this is going to force all of the water to fall down and be perfectly evened out. This is how I would recommend doing it if you are actually going to build this in survival mode. Basically, once you completely fill up the pit, or you decorate it, then what you would do is you would just put your kelp down with the water at 1 block high. And then immediately after filling that in, you would replace it, as I showed, with the dirt. And then what this is going to do is this is going to allow the kelp to grow. And when it has completely maxed out, it's going to come to the very top. So then all we have to do is we just have to dive down and break all of the kelp. It's really easy to do. So I'm actually going to, you know what? Because some of it's already starting to grow, we're going to go back into survival mode. And I will show this after it's grown for probably about a day or so. And then whatever we grab, we will smelt and show our new source of, I guess, energy? That's probably what we'll call it. Source of energy. Ha! Wow. The Enderman put his block in our storage room. You know what? That's hilarious. I love that. But actually, one of the things that I want to... Why are you in my house? Why are you in my house? I wonder. Can I ride? No. Okay, well, I want your lead, so, we're killing your llamas. Because I want the lead. And actually, speaking of llamas and lead, that leads me to the next thing that I want to talk about. I want to grab this saddle. Because I noticed that up above, near our garden, there was actually a wild llama. Now, in terms of what I want to do with this thing... Is it still up here? There it is! Yeah, there's a wild llama. One of the things that we can actually do with llamas is, if we right-click on you, we can ride them. Fortunately, it doesn't really do anything, so what I want to do is I want to grab this lead, and I actually want to bind you to something. Wait, what happened to my lead? Did it break? What happened to my lead? Oh, it broke. Yeah, it did break. That's weird. Okay, you, come here. Come here, you. I'm attaching you to something. You're coming with me, sir. Yeah, if you walk too far away from whatever you have the lead attached to, it will break. So keep that in mind. We're going to attach you to there. Because we're going to show what you can do with llamas, I guess, in a future episode. So for now, we now have a new llama friend. Don't know what we're going to do with you, but we'll figure out something. But that's really weird that both the merchants spawned in our house, and then the Enderman left its block in our house. You actually, I believe you can attach the saddle to your llama, but I don't know if I'm actually gonna do that. And ooh, never mind. You don't have anything good for 1 emerald. For 3 emeralds, you can get a brain coral block. That's an odd name. But anyways. Now that it's been a day or so, I believe I actually went to bed. We can go in here. We can now see all of our kelp has grown. Let's actually go and grab a little bit of kelp. Not too much. Probably enough just to make a block or 2. so we can actually show this off, because all of that stuff that I mined, I still have not smelted. Oh, also, I have not talked about underwater. Whenever you go underwater, those little bubbles will appear. That bubble is how much air you have. Once the bubbles are completely gone, you will start taking damage. And once you completely run out of hearts, then you die. So, yeah, don't run out of bubbles, because then you'll actually start taking damage and you'll die. But look at how quickly we are getting more kelp. Like, just from that little bit, we got almost a full stack of kelp. This is why I say it's really good to farm kelp, because you can quickly regrow it, and it's so beneficial. So yeah, we got all of this material, and yeah, wow, we got so much. And what we're gonna do? Oh, actually, I think I need some coal. So I'm gonna grab some coal. And we're going to smelt this kelp, because I believe once you smelt it, which I actually think you can use a smoker for it. Let's see. Alright, here we go. Yeah, you actually can use a smoker for it. So, I'm going to use all 3 of my smokers real quick. Yeah, so the one downside is, in order to properly set this up, you will actually need to make some dried kelp. So, you'll have to smelt it. But, I mean, look at how fast this is going. I believe once we get a full stack of 9, we should be able to make a kelp block. And what we're going to do is we're going to use the kelp block as our new source of, well, smelting. Because 1 block of dried kelp should smelt 20 individual items. So all this copper, we're going to get, oh, wow, that's burning through a lot of coal. I did not realize it was going to burn through so much. Okay. Yeah, I definitely did not calculate this enough. Unfortunately, I still don't fully know how much kelp it's going to take, or how much coal it takes in the faster furnaces. So my math could have been off on that. But since we have enough kelp, we should be able to make a dried kelp block. There we go. No, it's even got a little bow thing. Also, I apologize. I had to look over real quick if my commentary seemed like it was a little distracted. I did. Rex is being extremely playful right now, and for some reason, he decided to yank the blanket that I have on the top of my desk off. Which that blanket is for him to sleep. I don't understand what he's doing. But yeah, so now that we have 1 block of dried kelp, we're going to use that as our source of burning, our burning source. And let's try this. So we got 20 right there. We're going to let that smelt. And actually, I'm going to do this on the blast furnace, just because that seems like a much smarter thing to do. That should go by a lot quicker. Again, assuming I'm doing the math correctly. Probably I'm not. Or maybe I am. I don't actually know. It looks like I'm actually doing the math right. Hot dang. And, yeah. That's going to be our new source of energy when it comes to smelting things. That's just so much better. Like, I need to start doing that on my personal server. This is absolutely incredible. The fact that 1 block of kelp does this. Like, you don't even need all that much. That's so incredible. I can't believe I didn't know about this sooner. This is absolutely incredible. I love it. And yeah, I actually think that's going to be it for today. Thank you all so much for watching. And next time on Minecraft, there's a few more things that I want to do prep-wise. I actually think we're going to start prepping our good little llama boy. We're going to prep him up for some exploration things. We may also prep the dogs for some exploration. And I actually think we're going to start heading out. We're going to start heading off into the open world, see if we can find some interesting things in order to expand our horizons. And until then, I will see you all later. Goodbye!